Today, we're making a Lego Zen Garden. Fun for kids of all ages. Interested? Here we go.
What size are the base plates?
36 by 36.
And 36 is the number of
studs.
And
this is 16 by 36.
16, okay. So now we have a gap here, and when we put sand in, it will go through. So what's the solution there?
So we decided on putting flat, any size 2 by whatever stud bricks.
And we chose white because what?
Well, the sand is white.
The sand is white, and you can use flat ones that don't have any studs on them, or you can use these studs here. We figured the sand's gonna be about here, right? So that it will look like it's right up to the level.
Yeah.
But then on the sculpture, we want it to come out of the sands. Like you mentioned, you could bury all of these
gems.
And then you can bring in characters, and you can have characters in your Zen Garden. This is kind of a bad guy, and this is a wizard guy. And then what's this guy over here? Just a made-up, kind of a wacky, crazy guy? Dark Lord. Is he visiting, or is it his garden?
His garden.
Ah, boy. Well, then you don't want to make Dark Lord mad. So what are the dimensions of our Zen Garden here?
15 inches. 15
inches, or it looks around 38 centimeters for the metric system. And then you go inside, and the sand is going to be what?
Around 13 and a half.
13 and a half,
inches.
Or 35 centimeters. What's the side? It's about 10 inches, or a little over 25 centimeters, or the inside is
8 and 3/4 inches.
8 and 3/4 inches, or about 22 centimeters. And what kind of sand are we using? And it's 5 pounds, and it's reasonable for about $6. And so that's way more sand than I think we need here. But we bought it because we're going to make some other Zen gardens.
What I really like about the sculpture is it allows it to move in circles.
And that's like a little dragon on top and some gems.
Lego dragon shrine I found.
So you put it up here like this?
Yeah.
You can always change it around and change the angles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this over here?
The reason we're putting it one side above is the sand. The fire, the reason why we put the one next to each other is balance. Little flame pieces from various sets that we've gotten over time, shooting this big, oversized flame piece. The trees are like a set of nature. We had a custom-made tree first, but we decided...
You want to keep it simple,
yeah,
so that other kids could build something similar, they have a better idea.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this?
Take apart rock. You can put something inside it, plus it looks like a small rock sculpture.
Okay, and then what's this treasure chest?
A small treasure chest that looks like it was buried in the sand.
When we get the sand in there.
Yeah. So the reason we came up with the design is small cones. Small cone pieces, sort of easy to find.
And what do they represent?
It represents, like, say, a tower or a lamp.
So when you're making a Lego Zen Garden, you have a lot of different design options. Made the one side walls, I can't get it apart, with a flat piece and a slope piece.
1 by 2 slanted.
We didn't have any flat pieces here, so we made up this little design element. It's like a bunch of lamps, and then you can see we did the same thing over there. On the sides, we didn't have enough of these angled things, so we just made the sides a little different, and that's 3 bricks tall. You can do any kind of design element you want. These are just ones we chose. We went with a black and a tan theme. You could change the bricks to red or any other color you had. And we wanted to go with more of a traditional approach. So we're ready to pour the sand in here. It's a pretty strong base. If for some reason you were worried about this crack, you could run a piece of tape over here, but I think it's going to be pretty good. I don't think the sand's going to leak out of there. What do you think?
No.
Probably not, right? And then you just fill the sand up to these little features here, and then you put your pieces on. You could always move them around if you want. We tried to make it as flexible as possible. This is actually just a cap. I think we had it off a container of nuts. Salted peanuts. Depending on your interest, you could go with a different, darker color. This is a little smaller. You don't want it too big because it's a relatively small Zen Garden. You like this one, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like this one, but hey, it's your Zen Garden, so you win. Little blue pieces to represent water. We'll have a little pouring spout. Pour the sand into the Zen Garden and make it truly Zenful. Making the Zen Garden, knocking things over. We're burying things, aren't we? I have no idea how much sand, but we just want to go up about 1 block. That looks pretty cool. Oh, did we knock off the century size thing? Alright, so now I think I got an idea on how we're going to clean this up. Here we're using a paintbrush, adjust the position, put the Lego in.
Yes, right there.
Alright, so we're going to put it right there. Here's the tool to smooth it out. And then use your paintbrush to just kind of rough it all in place. Just use the paintbrush. Alright. This is the fun part. You use your Lego tools that you made, filled up the whole area here. It's kind of a little rough. We've been trying the different tools out. This is the smoother tool. We started out with one that was much longer, and it just won't fit around the things. And that kind of smooths everything out. So a technique we learned is you got to just be really light. In fact, you just barely put the tool down on the sand.
It's a fence.
It's the fence, it's a rake. Got it.
Now it's a rake.
I don't think we need to cut the little pieces off. What do you think? Ah, that gives you a nice little groove. It's really hard to see, but it's a real nice detail, and then you can swirl it around the different things. What are these pieces? Pole rake?
Yeah.
Okay, so try the pole rake. Okay, the pole rake's really big, and it just gets in there real deep. You can turn it around, go in different circles around the different parts of the sculpture. Okay, and then what was another one we had? We'll call this the gem rake.
It looks like
Because it's
gems
using
embedded
gems.
into it.
That gives it a different design. And this is my favorite. We're calling this the roof rake. But it's got this really bold. Alright, try it out. So once you have some designs in the sand, that's interesting. I didn't even think about doing that. You can use it upside down. Wow, that's so neat. So we're brushing it off so that we can put the different elements in place. Right?
Oh my gosh.
And then you can just push this thing up there and make it look really interesting and cool. So why don't you put some of those gems in there, kind of bury the, or just kind of show them a little bit, like it's treasure that you can kind of see in them. Huh? What do you think?
Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah, because
Ah, that's cool.
simple
All right.
thing when you look for this.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's put the fire in place. You got it clean enough? Oh, the fire went down. All right, and then what do we want to put in? The boulder next?
Yeah. Rock sculpture.
Okay, the rock sculpture. Put the trees in place.
Expertly clean off with a tiny paintbrush.
You could probably use a slightly bigger paintbrush, but we're just showing what the possibilities are. Attach the resistance, the movable kinetic sculpture.
And a small secret.
A small secret. Oh, you put a map in there. How cool is that? Totally reconfigurable. You think kids would love this? Come home from a tough day of school. Put some nice little soothing music. Oh, look at that. You found a gem. Found a bunch of gems.
You're rich.
You're rich. Yeah. Or you could splash your fingers in the pool.
Or you
But
can
don't
make,
put your hand over the fire. Oh, that's hot.
or you can make a diving board.
A diving board. Well, you want to keep everything kind of in balance. You can move things around.
Make it fun.
Make it fun. And as you can see, you can constantly reshape the design. That's tree elements, right?
Yeah.
What do we say at the end?
Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching.